Well, once again, I'm joined by Adam McEvoy, manager of SPFC. How are you, Adam?
Hi, Greg. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Nice to see you.
And you? Another MD UK Premiership weekend is upon us. How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's not been long since previous. It's only been about a month, so it's been a quick turnaround, as generally tends to be at this time of year. Fixtures tend to come thick and fast, whether it's a quick turnaround of national fixtures or regional fixtures as well. So it's not give us a lot of time for preparation, to be honest. But what we've done with our preparation, we've done well, and yeah, we've got to try and put that into action for the weekend of the four fixtures that we've got to hopefully try and pick up some much needed points.
You mentioned the busy schedule as you come to this time of the year. That limited training time you've had, what have you been working on to try and turn what some were positive performances but weren't getting positive results?
We've done a lot of work on our finishing and a lot of work in the final third. So working on our shooting, a lot of chance creation, trying to really make the pitch big and really get the ball moving. From some of the analysis that we've done, we've actually done really well getting the ball into the final third. From there, we've been a little bit lacking with a little bit of quality on the final ball or the shot accuracy and the shot placement, which obviously has resulted in us not scoring as many goals as we should have done. So yeah, a really solid session, certainly last Sunday as well, on just really trying to work on getting the ball into wide areas and then look to moving it across to create some shots on target. So if we can replicate that in our fixtures, it's just up to us then to try and get the ball in the back of the net and score some goals.
That is the key thing. You look at the fixtures. How do you assess where you're looking to get the points this weekend?
Yeah, so we've got four fixtures. Obviously, we've got two tougher fixtures in comparison, I suppose, when you look at the names in Aspire and West Brom. Obviously, we give all four of our opponents respect, but we know that Aspire and West Brom, their challenge will be trying to pick up all of their points as they fight each other for the title. So we go into those games knowing that we're going to give them a really good go, really try and implement some of the things we've been working on and just the good habits that we're trying to instill into the team and the players. And then from there, we play Teesside and Manchester United. So Teesside we played last month and narrowly lost 1-0 in a game that we had large periods of time where we played really well. So we'll be looking to see if we can pick up a much better result this time and look to maybe avenge that loss. And then Manchester United, who we've not played so far this season, who themselves have found themselves scrapping for points. And we'll look to see if we can put on a really good display to come out on top of that one as well.
You look at the fixture list, obviously you've got two very early kickoffs on the Saturday. Coming from back-to-back 5-game weekends, how do you hope the team keep their focus in that? Well, it's essentially a Saturday afternoon off.
Yeah, I think the challenge is the same as before in that you've got to get good sleep and good rest on that Friday night and first thing Saturday morning to be able to compete for a really early start. So it just seems to be the way in our sport when you've got the earliest kickoff fixture of the day. Both teams tend to have a period of where they're rusty and waking up. So we've got to come in just trying to be as fresh as possible. Just try and put in a good result. And then that second fixture for us is before midday. So it's a quick turnaround, one game off to rest and recuperate and then straight back in. And then for me, I think for the afternoon, it's just around getting the players to relax, switch off, obviously get some fuel back in after a busy morning of playing, and then just try and get a really good night's sleep ready for another early start on Sunday to do it all again with the same mentality of trying to pick up points and put in good performances.
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned since the last time we were at Nationals, the squad's obviously taken undergone a bit of a period of change. obviously the bulk of the squad is still the same. How do you think the departure of Kai will maybe affect things going forward?
Yeah, losing Kai Shaz, losing any player at any time is disappointing, and even more so during the middle of the season. I would have loved to have kept the squad as it was for the entirety of the season, because we had a really good unit, and we're trying to do the right things. But Kai wanted to move on. We wish him all the best, and he's made a good start in his new club. But that in turn just meant that we carry on as a group. That's just the way it is. Nothing changes. Matthew Newnham is coming into the squad to add a little bit of depth to the team, and coming in for his first taste of National League competition. And he's done really well in regional league football and putting some really solid performances. He's looked really good in training with the rest of the squad. Great camaraderie and relationships with the rest of the players. So yeah, it's going to be a step up and a challenge for him, but he's looked really, really solid, moves the ball really nicely, top lad, hits the ball really, really nicely. And if he can incorporate that into some gameplay as we try and bed him in, then yeah, he'll do really well. And we'll make sure that we keep that strength in depth at Sevenoaks as strong as possible.
This is now the third weekend of the season. How important is it to now start making those good performances and trying to put points on the board? Because obviously going forward, you've only got a couple more weekends. I'm going to try and start to move up the table.
Yeah, I mean, the mentality is always around trying to put in good performances. And we've done that in spells, but not consistently. And we've got to cut out the mistakes. It's really simple. A couple of the mistakes that we made last weekend, we were punished and absolutely killed us. Linking to that, cutting out those mistakes and then trying to increase the finishing quality and get some goals is only going to help us. So it's that balance now of cutting out the mistakes and then improving in that final third to be picking up the points, because realistically that's exactly what we should be doing, and we should be moving up the table. We're a good squad with good players, England level players within the squad. At times it's just not clicked for us, but that's the challenge for the group, both as individuals and as a collective, to up their levels, and we've tried to work on it, as I mentioned, and yeah, get those points on the board for us to creep up the table. Realistically, we know we've got 12 games left now. We've got some tough games to play, so it's looking at as many fixtures as possible against the teams both above and below us, thinking, can we get positive results here? And if we turn it on and play as well as we can, we will get those positive results. But that's where it moves on to the players and the responsibility of them to start to deliver on the pitch. They're definitely good enough, and we see it all the time, whether it's at training or a regional competition. And if they can replicate that and put it in, we'll be fine. But they've got to deliver, and they know that.
Adam, how pleased were you to see two members of the Sevenoaks squad being included in England development squad for the Home Nations tournament in Belfast in 3 weeks' time?
Yeah, Greg, absolutely delighted, to be honest. It's no more than the lads deserve. Great players that have already had senior representation, a World Cup and European Championships respectively. And although I'm sure they're disappointed not to be involved in the senior squad at this moment in time, this is a great opportunity for them to continue their journey as England players. And yeah, very confident that they will do a great job, represent themselves, the club, their families, and the Three Lions with absolute distinction. Another great feather in the cap for the club, showing that we're trying to develop players in the right way, get them to play good football, and be good both on and off the pitch, and have good understanding of the game as well. And yeah, just I think it's a great opportunity for them to really show their abilities as players, both individually and as a collective, as part of the wider squad. And yeah, very good. We wish them the very best of luck in a few weeks' time.